Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing? I feel that you are blessed and highly favored. I know that you are doing well. My name is Nicole Celine. I am the host of Black Girl Joy, LLC. That is my podcast, which you can find on all basic platforms. Right? I think Google is discontinuing their podcast platform though. But you can find me on iPhones. What is that? Oh God, I just had a blank. But like I said, you can find me on all your podcast platforms. Let me slow down. I'm going to give it a minute because I did say I was coming on at 10 o'clock. So I'm a little early. But I wanted to say good morning to everyone. Thank you for all the birthday shout outs. I finally got through all the birthday messages and wanted to thank everybody for wishing me a happy birthday. As you know, I went with my bestie to Jamaica and I am so wanting to go back to Jamaica. I did a facial this morning and some stuff stayed on my eye. So I'm trying to go back to Jamaica as soon as I can. I love the warm weather. I love the sun. And Jamaica makes me happy, right? Jamaica makes me happy. Sun makes me happy. Sun and beaches make me happy, very happy. I'm a very happy kid when it's like that. Today I wanted to talk on boundaries, and I'm not going to get into the affirmations yet. Like I said, I'm going to give it a few minutes, but I will start to talk about boundaries. If you have not developed boundaries in your life, I suggest that you should, right? I suggest that you do, because boundaries will keep you free and will make space for the things that you are waiting for or desiring in your life or in yourself, right? I had to learn boundaries at a very young age. I won't go into it all right now. You'll be reading all about it very soon. But I did, but then the short version of it, I had to develop boundaries at a very young age due to the fact that I won't say emotional, and I'm not emotionless, but I'm mindful of how I feel and what I go through. So I had to be mindful of my emotions, right? And how other people were affecting what I was going through and just who I am. Excuse me 1 second. So I had to do that. So today the affirmations that I wanted to do today was on boundaries and it's on you having the boundaries, right? The boundaries are for you to keep you safe, to keep you out of mess, hopefully, and to keep you accountable of yourself. Right? So boundaries really are for you. Just like we have boundaries in law enforcement, things you can and cannot do. We have boundaries in so many areas of our lives. We call them different things. There are laws. They are called restrictions. They're called different things, and usually they're there to protect you. Sometimes they're there to keep you out, and we won't get into that. That's a whole nother ball game. But boundaries really are for you, right? To keep you, depending on the person that you are, to keep you safe. So I'm very loving and very giving, very affectionate, although I grew up in a family where they're very loving, don't get it twisted. However, affection they lack. And I need the hugs, I need the kisses, I need the touch. I told you before, my love language is touch, quality time and touch. Those are two major, those are the two top tiers in my personal life. So quality time, spending time with me, and touch. holding my hand, giving me a hug, hello. That means, my daughter is the same, where her love language, one of her love languages is touch. And the other one is affirmations, like telling her she's doing great, all those things are encouraging her. But as a child, I read the book and I've talked to you guys about it, Henry Townsend. It's called Boundaries. I've read it. I've given it out. I've bought it. I told someone 7 times already. Because it's one of those books that you just need in your life. It's something that you should practice consistently. And so with that, my daughter, one of her love languages, like I said, was touch. And because of that, when she was growing up, she always needed to touch base, to make sure mommy was there, to make sure mommy wasn't going anywhere. She needed to touch me. Even when she slept in the bed with me, some part of her had to touch me. Even if I tried to slide off or slide away, some part of her had to touch me. Right? And even now that she is way older and she's an adult, when I go visit her and we are sleeping in the same bed, her toe, her foot, her arm, her, anything, something to know that mommy's there, right? So I think if you haven't already, you should take that test on knowing your love language. Knowing what speaks to you, the person, right? So that in the same token, you are able to give yourself love. There are days where I have to hug myself, literally put my arms around me and tell me that it's going to be okay, especially when my anxiety decides to be at 1,000. There are days that I literally have to encourage myself and be like, Nick, you got this. It's going to be okay. In the midst of it, I'm crying my eyes out to God and like, Lord, please help me get through this, right? And there have been days that people have crossed my boundaries and I've had to reposition them. So this is the thing that I will say. So the 3 R's are reposition, resign, like resign them to another position, right? Or retire. Why? Because some people you just have to learn to let go. Could be family, could be friends, whoever it is. Sometimes you're going to have to learn to let them go because they are no longer doing you good. They are doing you harm. And I'm not talking about doing you good as you using them. And I say that to say that we are human beings and some of us like to use people. So please forgive me, but it's the truth. There are people out here that are just predestined to want to use you for what you got. And you got to know those too. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was drinking my coffee. So there are people out here too who want to use you. So there's a difference. I'm talking about re-signing them because they just aren't doing you. They're not serving the purpose that they were supposed to serve anymore, or retiring them because they no longer know how not to cross the boundaries and they get offended or bothered or any of the above because you have placed certain boundaries or certain parameters around your relationship with them. With husband and wives, it's a little different, so we'll go into that on another time, and I will also bring on a beautiful husband and wife that I love very much that could share and give more insight on that. Yes, I have been married. I was married for a while, and and now I'm divorced. So I'm talking from experience, not from the side of my mouth. Just an FYI, okay? So let's do our boundaries and our affirmations. And these are boundaries for you as the person that is powerful and meaningful and necessary for your life, okay? You have the right to say no without feeling guilty. So many people have such a hard time saying no. They're like, it bothers them. But it's okay to say no, especially if it's something you don't want to do. I tell my friends all the time, and one of my friends in particular, I tell them, look, if it's something that you just don't want to do, just say no. Stop going through all the rigmarole just to tell them you don't want to do it. Just be like, thanks, I appreciate it, but no, I can't do it. That's it. You know, and if they understand, they understand. And if they don't, c'est la vie, honey bunny. C'est la vie, right? You release the need to please others at the expense of your own boundaries. Yes, that's a big one. I'm not going to go into it completely, but you got to understand, you know, your boundaries are there to protect you. And if you cross your own boundaries, and then you're going to sit back and regret them, right? You're going to sit back and regret it. And who wants that, right? Nobody wants that. You don't want to sit back. So release the need to want to please others at your expense. All right. Good morning. Hi, Princess. How are you? You attract and surround yourself with people who honor and respect your boundaries. You need to be around people who honor you and respect you, just like you honor them and respect them, because it's dual, right? So remember that you got to release the need of having to honor them and respect them, right? You have to know that you want the same that you want to give. You know, what does it say? Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you, right? All right. You value and prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It is important. Getting ready and getting my reminder. Oh, about boundaries, because, whoo, Jesus, yes, they are important. So, I forgot what I just read. I'm having a senior moment. Okay. Sorry, guys. I think I was reading, you value and prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Yes, you need to value you. I say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. Black Girl Joy is all about self-care, and you need to value and prioritize your physical care, which is taking care of your body, going to the doctor, doing your mammograms, doing your vaginal exams, taking care of you, doing your blood tests, how are you eating? You know, I can go on and on and on about it, but that's your physical, right? So let's do your mental, okay, let's do the emotional, right? Some of us are very emotionless. Sometimes some of us are extremely emotional, and some of us are just like right there, but we don't know how to deal. And feelings are fickle. If you don't know this, feelings are fickle, because some days I can love you, some days I can hate you, some days I don't know about you, right? But when you have a platform and when you have matured, and maturity has nothing to do with age, because Lord knows I've seen some immature old people. But anyway, let's not go there. Maturity has to do with the time spent on yourself, right? The time spent that you have spent trying to do better, to not be so... You can still be emotional, because that says you care, but it's being mindful of your emotions, right? It's being mindful that other people aren't using. I know someone who her family uses her caring and loving spirit, and they prey on her emotions. That's the word I wanted to use. They prey on them, not P-R-A-Y, but P-R-E-Y. They prey on them, because that will make them kind of, they will feel like when they prey on her emotions, they get her to do things that she doesn't want to do. That's not a good thing, and that's not healthy. We will touch on that one again next time. And your mental well-being. Let's talk about mental health for a second, and I think I'm going to leave it there. I see a therapist, right? It has been the best thing that has happened to me in a long time. I love my therapist. I told you about her. Her name is Ashley. She is thebomb.com for me, right? Because because of what I do, I'm a counselor at heart. I talk, I encourage, I do, and I do it naturally. It's not something that has, it's not something I went to school for. It's not something I just do it, right? So because of that, it's draining. And then on top of that, I have my own life issues, right? Like every counselor has their own life issues. Hi, Alvi. Hi, mamas. So every counselor has their own life issues. You're sitting there before her. Believe me, she's going through some stuff herself, most likely, right? But it's a neutral person for you. It's someone where you can, this whole God, which means in English to release. I never know that word in English. Angelica, can you help me with that one if you're still there? That's all God, to, to, like if you're drowning, to undrown yourself. To release what you're trying to tell them. That is so funny for me. Yes, vent. Thank you, mamas. It's so funny. I think in Spanish a lot more. If people only could see my brain, it's like inside out. You ever seen that movie with all the emotions? Yeah, I think in Spanish and then I have to process it in English. Really, really strange. But your counselor is there for you to vent. And this is all I'll say today as we finish these affirmations, because I think that that's enough. If you're not truthful with the person that you chose to counsel you, they will never be able to help you. They are there, they have gone to school, they have studied, they have listened to be able to help you get through your processing. Because sometimes your processing can be all jumbled up and you need someone to help you unjumble it, like to unravel it. That's the word I want to use. I don't know, I'm stuck for words today. You need someone to help you unravel it. Exactly. Your counselor, your psychologist, your psychiatrist, if you want to say that. I don't really, yes, I think psychiatry is a whole nother realm, but that person is there to help you, right? To keep you accountable to your word and also to help you grow, right? Sometimes they're with you for a lifetime. Other times they're with you for a moment in time to be able to sort out what you have had jumbled up for so long in your mind. I know for me, my counselor, Ashley, I would get emotional if I even talked about her, because she has helped me to see things about myself that I just would have never, not even my friends who have been with me for a long time have. And they're good, so let's not get it twisted. They are awesome friends. I have an awesome village. But they haven't been able to bring that part of me out where she has. So I would encourage you, if you are someone who, okay, so on the news they tell you to go see a counselor because you've got problems, yada, yada. But I'm going to say this. A lot of us sit here and be like, no, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. No, there is. And that's the lie that we tell ourselves. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. Everything is the other person, or I'm fine. I'll get through it. It'll be all right. Because there are some people who don't want to talk to nobody. But you need somebody to talk to. And sometimes even the best friend, although they're great, they can't help you the way a counselor can. I'm just saying. All right? So, let's have some boundaries in our lives. Let's learn that boundaries are a good thing. They're not negative. They're not there to kick people out unless those people need to be kicked out. Let's develop a process of boundaries to keep us healthy, right? And to keep us alive. Because when you have boundaries in your life, I can tell you this from experience because I had to develop them at a young age. I live a lot. I love a lot. My boundaries have allowed me to love people in ways that I had never thought that I could love, right? Because I had a lot of darkness in some areas of my life. So my boundaries has allowed me to love and be loved. And if you are someone that is seeking to be loved and want to be loved, then, but you feel like you're being used, then you need to reel yourself in and look at your space. Anyway, I thank you guys for listening. I don't know what God is doing when it comes to Black Girl Joy with me some days, but I do know this. I thank him for it all. I praise him for it all. And I've always said this, whether you believe in him or not, I do. And I respect you. I love you as a person. And I hope that if nothing else, this will bring you joy, and that it will bring you healing in the places and areas of your life that you need it. Because love is a big thing and we all need it. Some of us say, oh, I don't need to be loved, I'm fine by myself. No, that's just that lie that you want to tell yourself just to make you happy. But it doesn't. Okay, love you too, Mama. See you in a few hours. Hi, Dana. So remember to keep your boundaries, all right? You deserve to have your needs. You deserve to have your needs and boundaries respected. That's very important. You have the right to say no without feeling guilty. You value and prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental health, right? And you choose to surround yourself with people who understand and respect your boundaries. All right? So have a blessed day today. I love you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Nicole Celine. I am the host of Black Girl Joy, LLC. That is my beautiful and wonderful podcast that goes around the world. You can find me on all your podcast platforms. I will begin posting again on my platform very soon. Most of you know I lost my brother, now counting 2 months ago. February 1st is when he passed. So if you see the hashtag that says I miss you, Joe, that's my little brother. And I miss him beyond words. So have a blessed day today. Happy Friday, guys. Enjoy your wonderful weekend. Please pray that it gets warmer, because Lord Jesus, if it doesn't, I'm getting on a plane, going back to Jamaica, going to someplace where it's warm, where I can get some sun, and then I'll come back to New York City, because I can't do this. All right, I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Peace and blessings. Bye.